Thank you so much for coming. It's so much fun having you.
I'm so happy to be here. Laura, I always love coming here because not only is it so beautiful visually, but it is so welcoming with the scent, the smell that I wish everyone could smell how divine it is in here.
Oh, thank you. And I love when people come to my home and say, oh my gosh, it smells so good in here. Because that's what we want to do. We want our entryway to be filled with a beautiful fragrance that's welcoming. And today we're burning Sicilian tangerine, so it's one of my favorites and Mary's favorite.
What I love what you do is that some people think, oh, just put one little candle in the entry hall.
No, we load it up.
You load it up, and this is such a great idea.
Yeah,
and I want to steal this idea, which is to put many candles on the floor, and you've got a 3-wicker.
And in the evening time, we'll always have those chandeliers with candlelit. So it's always a combination of home fragrance and unscented candles. We love candlelight.
Even though, Laura, this is kind of a receiving area, it feels like its own place, its own room.
It is. Actually, when we have cocktail parties, this is where the majority of our friends gather, and then we spill over into the living room if it's larger. But yes, this is our sort of receiving cocktail area.
And of course, the first thing I noticed, which I'm just so crazy about, is this modern painting juxtaposed. Well, tell me about this wall. Like, how did this all work out?
Oh, you know, that's the brilliance of my brother-in-law. We had this painting that Harry and I bought that we absolutely adored, and we said we wanted to put it in the center hall. We came up with this amazing idea to build this sort of architectural design.
It's almost like another frame to the painting, right?
It's another piece of artwork. He had one of our Russian artists piece together all these blocks of wood and paint them with this depth and modernity that is offset against the painting. It just worked.
Was this a show house?
It was. Actually, we bought the house in 2005. It had been on the market for 9 years. It was used as a show house.
Over and over with different, right, so every room was probably different.
Absolutely, we came into the house, every room was decorated in a different style. And it was a big mishmash. But of course with Howard, as you know, in our family and Harry, they can see past all that. They can look at a room and just visually strip it in their eyes and see, you know, what the potential is. So we simplified the room, and then we wanted to find the perfect shade of white. And it just so happens we were at Lenny Kravitz's home in Paris. He has a townhouse in Paris. And his paint was the color of his walls.
You got to go in there?
Yeah, it was amazing. And Harry said, you must give me this paint color. So he did. It's actually in my iPhone under Lenny Kravitz's paint color. And it's the perfect shade of white.
Yes.
There's many, many shades of white. And you really have to get one that looks good in the daytime and looks good in the evening and throws off a warmth with not being too white, not being too gray.
And I'm just so wild about these. I have to sit in this because this is like the chicest ever.
Well, you know, these are Russian. I love Russian furniture because it's very strict and sort of modern, but then there's the decorative elements to a Russian piece.
I admire that because I never think of Russian as being kind of now and something that you can mix modern pieces with it. And
you mix it with modern paintings and 19th century pieces, and it all works.
Oh, thank you for setting such a glorious table for lunch.
Of course.
Oh, look at this. Is there soup in here?
Yes, there is.
Oh, everything is just so beautiful. Butternut or apple or something.
Butternut squash soup.
So delicious.
So this is a pasta souffle made with truffles that I absolutely love. And it's actually a recipe from my dear friend, and I adore her so much, Dita Blair. I went to her house for lunch one day, and she was serving this pasta, and I said, Dita, this is amazing. I have to have the recipe, so I hope you enjoy it.
So Laura, you entertain all the time year-round.
All the time year-round. And we have different dinner parties. So one night we might be entertaining Nobel Prize winning scientists and philanthropists. One night it might be purely friends and social. One night it might be business. And sometimes, it could be a combination of all those 3 different worlds. But entertaining is something that we've been doing extensively. We entertain here, we entertain in Palm Beach, we entertain in East Hampton, very differently in each home. but it's a big part of our lifestyle.
I can tell that you're both, you and your husband, which I love, that it's very rare to see both people united, really
Yes.
loving.
Oh, we both do. You know, that's so important. Harry and I both love to entertain, and we're very compatible that way. So, but we do get very involved, and there's a lot of organization that goes into our dinners. So the night before, Harry and I will set the table, we'll get all the platters out, we'll label each platter what goes on.
I think that sounds so romantic.
Yes, it's actually, we really enjoy that.
See, this is why you're so successful and good at what you do, because a lot of people wouldn't have the confidence to make the connections that you do between food and entertaining and family and candles and scent.
I'm always thinking about fragrance, and I get inspired all the time.
And it's a cross-pollination of all your worlds, really.
It is a cross-pollination. It can happen anywhere.
So Laura, this is the book that inspired it all, correct?
You know, it was amazing. I was sitting in my library one day, flipping through this book on Mrs. Delaney, and I come across this picture of this Amazon lily, botanical. And I said, oh my gosh, this is beautiful, and actually ripped the page out of the book, which I know you're not supposed to do, and wrapped it around a candle box and cut out with scissors my cartouche, put it on, and looked at it and said, oh my God, this has got to be the packaging for my fine fragrance collection. And again, it's this 18th century art combined with the modernity of our Nest brand.
Now look at this, there's a correspondence here. I loved this book, by the way.
I was visiting Neiman Marcus in Dallas, and we were delayed at the Dallas airport, and I went into the bookstore to get a book, and I find this book on the shelf. It drew me over because it's black soft touch, the same sort of soft touch that we use on our boxes.
And that great verdant green.
So I bought it just because I liked the cover. And then we got on the plane, and we were delayed on the Strip for, I think, 2.5 hours. I had nothing
And guess
to
what?
read.
You came up with another idea.
I read this book. It's all about, it's a romantic love story about a botanist who studies moss and earthy elements. And it got, between the ferns and the moss, it got me thinking of a new fragrance for Nest, Verde. And we just launched it at Sephora. So you get inspiration from absolutely anywhere, even walking through an airport.